Hold on to your shells, friends. It's the first annual Nuts.com Nut Roast, starring all your favorites. Cashew.
When I introduce myself, most people respond with Gesundheit.
Almond.
Pistachios and peanuts? Bunch of sellouts, if you ask me.
Pistachio.
Hey, I have a family to feed, unlike Walnut, who has a salad to dress.
Walnut.
I never should have made that will work for peanut sign.
And featuring Brazil nut, Peru nut, macadamia, hazelnut, pecan, and of course, your host, the roast master himself, Peanut.
Hey everyone, it's the first annual Nuts.com Nut Roast. And if you don't know who I am, then you've probably been living in a tree. I'm Peanut, and tonight I'll be your roast master, or as I like to call myself, the Nutcracker. You're in for a real treat tonight, unless of course that treat is pistachio still in their shell. Then you're in for a real headache. And now, without further ado, I'd like to bring up our first roaster. And hey, maybe you already heard the news about him. Unfortunately, it's all very seedy. It's Cashew.
Thanks, Peanut. Sheesh, this stage looks like a party platter after everybody picks out the good stuff. Glad to see Hazelnut is here. Hazelnut, basically just an acorn with a good agent.
Really? Come on.
And finally, my friend Brazil Nut. Brazil Nut almost didn't make it here tonight. Not because of the travel involved, but because no one actually invited him.
Thanks, Cashew. Our next roaster is Almond, or as I like to call her, I can't believe you're not butter yet.
Thanks, Peanut. Not many people know this, but Peanut has been sick. Poor thing, he looks like a shell of his former self.
Ooh, burn.
And hey, there's Peru Nut. You doing all right? A little nervous? It's okay. I remember my first roast. Actually, I remember the first time I heard about Peru Nuts. It was about 3 minutes ago. And hey, there's Pecan. I'm surprised Pecan could make it tonight. I guess it's Pumpkin's turn to fill a pie at Grandma's house.
You really milked that one, huh?
Our next roaster is one tough nut to crack. It's Walnut.
Thanks, Peanut. You should really stick to what you're good at, the roofs of people's mouths. And macadamia. You probably know mac as that thing in the cookie that you thought was a white chocolate chip.
Seriously? That's what you laugh at? Is that why you brought me here?
Up next, our final roaster of the evening. Now, I'm not saying this guy is jealous of me, but he's green with envy. Ladies and legumes, it's Pistachio.
Thanks, Peanut. Hey, what do you call a trail mix without peanuts? Enjoyable, right? Right? You guys know. I don't want to shell shame anyone here, but Walnut? I'm calling you next time I want to perform manual labor before I eat.
Thanks, Pistachio. You might want to pull up your shell. We can all see your crack. Well, folks, this about wraps up the first annual Nuts.com Nut Roast. It's been a shell of a good time. We'll see you back here next year. That is, if you pecan make it.